Okay, hi everybody. Welcome back. This is episode number 3, Buying a Boat. And if you read the title on the video, then you may have already guessed, but I did make an offer on Friends, which is the name of the vessel, and it was accepted by the previous owners, or by the sellers. I just wanted to do this video and kind of give an update on the process of making an offer on a boat and then moving forward with scheduling sea trials and surveys and haul out from a marina and all the logistics involved. I will preface this video by saying that I know this is a lot of really dry information. It's probably not the most entertaining thing to watch, but I do want this to be available for other people that want to be cruisers, who are going to be going through the process of buying a boat. I want to at least document and show this process because I think it may help other people to see the mistakes that I've made and the unexpected costs I've run into. There's just a lot of things that go into this. It's a very convoluted process with a lot of moving parts. And I think as much as possible, if we can watch other people go through the process, we can learn from them, and we can do a better job when we actually decide to go through it ourselves. So the boat is in... So the process that I went through to decide on the price to offer and everything was based on what I saw there during the initial viewing. There were some things that were minor issues that I do think should reflect in the price of the vessel itself, like the really rusted anchor chains. There was one small leak, I believe. The bilge had a little bit of water. There's crazing all over the deck, and just a lot of the systems on the boat are a little old and outdated. So those were the main points and reasons why I did offer less than asking. I'm not going to go over any exact dollar amounts in this video, but it was around roughly 10% less than asking price. So that's how I came to the dollar amount. I sent that over to the yacht broker, who then passed that information on to the sellers. They accepted the offer, and then Hans sent me over the paperwork to make it official and gave me all the information necessary so that I could send the deposit for the boat to put it under contract. And so I finally was able to get the 10% sent over to the broker, and then the broker sent me over all of this information so that we could fill out the vessel purchase and sales agreement. So I do have all personal information removed from this, but it does show the entire agreement. And yeah, so this was super exciting. Once I got to this part, it kind of hit me like this is happening. It's going so quick, and I can't wait. The next step in this process was to select a surveyor, set up a time for the survey and sea trial, as well as contact the marina for the haul out so that they can check the hull and all of that, or the surveyor can. And this is not easy. You have to pair up 4 different people's schedules all at one time on one day, as well as plan travel arrangements. It's just, there's a lot that goes into it. So I'll take you through everything and how I made my decisions, and we'll start with how I selected my surveyor. So my first choice and surveyor was Rob Eberly of New Bern. He was unfortunately unavailable. The second surveyor that I contacted was also booked out until January 1st. So I came to John Hughes, who is who I found here, and I kind of go through his webpage here, and it shows his credentials and everything. I think any of these 3 would have been good choices. I had just heard a lot of great things about Rob Eberly on the Cruisers forums and in his reviews, but it does seem that John Hughes is extremely knowledgeable and very capable as a surveyor. So I contacted John and let him know that I was looking for someone to do my pre-purchase survey. He gave me some dates that worked for him. We talked through some of his background and experience, and we finally set a date on December 13th at 11 a.m. And that also worked with the marina and the broker and myself. So okay, so the cost of the survey and sea trial varies with all surveyors and location and that type of thing. So Rob Eberly does charge $25 a foot. And my vessel is 34 feet, equals $850. So that's just the cost of the survey and sea trial. But we also have to think about the expenses involved with the haul out, which is $250, as well as my travel arrangements and lodging. So I think that ended up running me around $450. And then I have to also think about how I'm going to get to and from the boat from my bed and breakfast. I would imagine that's going to run me close to $100. So all in all, we end up with $1,650 just to do the survey sea trial and know if I'm going to for sure purchase the boat. Okay, so yes, that is Apache, and if you hear snoring in the background of my videos, that's him, okay, as he's doing it right now. He does not let me out of his sight, so it doesn't matter what area of the house I go to. If I go inside, outside, he will not stop until he's where I am, so it's really hard to get rid of him for these videos, and he just snores so loud. It is so annoying. But I've been with him for about 11 years now, and I've gotten so used to the snoring that it actually helps me sleep and things like that. It's very comforting for me. But I can only imagine how annoying it is in a video. So if you do hear Apache snoring, I'm sorry, but it's difficult to alleviate the problem because I love him so much. I don't want to have to, lock him up in a room somewhere just because I'm gonna film a video. Okay, so where to go next? Let's say that the survey and sea trial, everything goes really well. What's next? So I've been discussing this with my parents and stuff and thinking, and I think it really comes down to what they find on the survey. So if they find that the vessel is seaworthy, I think my plans will be different, obviously, than if they are not seaworthy. And I'll go over those two different options in just a moment. Okay, so I think as far as regarding if the vessel is seaworthy or not, if the vessel is seaworthy, I really want to push my way to the Bahamas as quick as possible to spend the rest of the winter and spring uh, getting from the Bahamas to the Caribbean and then possibly over to the somewhere safe for the hurricane season or the Panama Canal, even, or Guatemala. I'm not sure. And then if the vessel is not seaworthy, then I'm going to stay in North Carolina and hole up for the winter, I believe, and try and get everything repaired so that I can leave as soon as I'm done getting the vessel ready. And then the plan would basically still be the same at that point. I would just try and head south towards the Bahamas whenever the vessel is ready. Okay, so with that being said, that we're just waiting on the survey to know what our next move will be. Um, the only thing now after this is really just to fly to Newbern and do the actual survey itself. So I'm going to be flying into Newbern on December 12th. I want to make sure I can get there and be ready and not be late, because last time I flew out to Newbern, we had a lot of trouble with the American Eagle planes, and I had multiple delays and cancellations, and so I just want to give myself some extra time to make sure I'm there for that process. Um, so I'm flying in on the 12th, and we'll stay at that bed and breakfast, the Hannah House, on the night of the 12th. The morning of the 13th, I just need to get to Bayboro and get to where the boat is and be there by 11 o'clock. I will probably get there early because I go everywhere early. That's just the kind of person I am. I hate being late anywhere. And then we'll do the whole survey and sea trial, and then we will go back, or I will go back to the bed and breakfast and sleep, and then I wake up and fly out that next morning and come right back to Nashville. So that is the next step. I will definitely make a video out of that entire trip, including the survey and the sea trial. I'll record as much as I can, but I really want to be able to pay attention to what John is telling me about the boat. And it's just going to be a very busy couple days, but I will try and record as much as possible so that I can show how that process goes and what someone else might need to expect if they're going to be doing the same at some point in the future. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk through some of the ways that I have been preparing to be a boat owner. There's a lot that goes into being a boat owner. You need a lot of specialized things like tools and certifications and equipment, and there's just a lot of things that I think can make the trip a lot more enjoyable and or give me the opportunity to do more for myself and for the vessel if I have some of the right tools and equipment. So yeah, I'm going to take you through some of the things that I have purchased up until now for the boat, as well as some of the things that I have done to prepare to own a sailboat. Okay, so one of the very first things that I did buy um, was this Tab S7. So I got rid of my PC gaming PC gaming computer, and decided to switch over to a tablet because I felt like it would be a better choice and a better fit for the boat. I can use this for everything I want to do down below. I can also use it up top in the cockpit and things if I have one of the waterproof pouches that it can go in, the clear ones. So I've definitely got to buy one of those. And I will have something else for navigation as well. But this will be my primary entertainment, research, and navigation tool below deck. So yeah, and it's a Tab S7. I've had it for a while now, and I absolutely love this tablet. It is really fast. I film a lot of the YouTube so far that I have filmed has been on that tablet, as well as I do all the video editing on it, everything, which is obviously not very extensive. I'm not very good at this, but it's just been great. It's an 11-inch screen, so it's perfect for Netflix and everything. It's got the S Pen, so you can sign documents and everything. It's helped so much, so I didn't have to go print documents, fill them out, and fax them back. I'm able to do it right on the tablet within just a few minutes and send it right back to someone. And it's kind of blown some of the people away. Like the surveyor John Hughes was like, "Whoa! Like, thanks for the quick turnaround on that." And I think he thought maybe that I did have to print it and everything, but it was actually just done right on the tablet, so it was super fast. Okay, so I definitely needed a wet dry shop vac for the boat. I also wanted like something that was like a dust buster kind of that I could get to hard to reach areas and not take up as much space. So I did find this 20-volt max DeWalt that is half a gallon, wet and dry. It has the removable hose, so I can clean up the bottom of the bilge or anything like that. It's really quick to dump and empty. And I haven't used it much yet, but it seems like it's a great product. So I made sure to go ahead and get a carbon monoxide alarm as well. I am running a propane heater and a diesel motor, so I think every boat should have one of these. I also got a indoor-outdoor weather station machine. I mean, it's super cheap, like $12, something like that. So it'll let me know what the humidity is and temperature inside and outside. So I can keep track of um, everything from one spot. It's got an orange backlit screen. Just seems like such a cheap and easy thing that will really give me a lot of information about what's going on outside and inside my cabin. Okay, so this is my satellite communicator. I decided to go with the Iridium Go. It says there on the box, your smartphone now works everywhere on the planet. So it is just like a hotspot you would use anywhere, except this one works off of the Iridium network, which is 66 global satellites. So as long as you have a clear view of the sky, this thing works anywhere on the planet. So I can download weather files with this. I can send text messages. I can make phone calls, and it also has an SOS function. And since you are on the ocean, or I will be on the ocean, there is never anything obstructing the sky. So this machine should work anywhere all the time without fail. We'll see if that's the case or not, but from what I can determine from other people's experiences, this is just a great tool to have. Okay, so I went ahead and got a roll of 6 mil plastic and some T-Rex tape just to have as a safety and comfort repair item. So if I have any major issues with a leaky hatch or a window or something, I'll have plenty of plastic on board always to cover whatever it is, tape it down to the deck, and hopefully that'll buy me enough time and keep me comfortable until I can repair it appropriately. I did decide to go with the T-Rex tape, which I've never used before, but I did so because of the YouTube channel Project Farm. And if anyone's never seen it, I am so addicted to his videos. But he goes through and tests tools and other products that we use every day, and they're just mesmerizing videos. And the T-Rex tape seemed to be the best out of all the ones that he tested. So that's why I got the T-Rex tape. So I went ahead and made sure I have 30 feet of butyl tape, which is not a substantial amount, so I'm sure I'll go through it pretty quick if I'm rebedding anything or having to repair something. But I just wanted to make sure that I went ahead and had it on the boat, so I don't need to wait to get it when I need it. I'll already have it. Okay, here is a cheap socket set by Nico, but it's got the SAE and metric in 3/8 inch impact drivers, and it comes with deep and shallow as well as a couple other attachments and extensions. Not a super expensive tool, but definitely something I want to have. I also have a Milwaukee 3/8 inch impact ratchet wrench on the way, which should help a lot with that 40 horsepower Yanmar. I went ahead and purchased a recharge kit for the life jacket harness that I will be using. I just felt like it's probably good to have. It would be just my luck that I inflated on accident and then don't have a recharge kit and don't have my life jacket. Of course, I will have extras on the boat just in case I have passengers or something. I want to always be prepared. But yeah, it would still not be good to not have use of my primary that will also act as my harness. Okay, so this is a high flow diesel filter or fuel filter to use whenever I'm filling up. You just don't know what kind of fuel you're getting, especially when you decide to travel internationally and you go all over the world and you go to all these different countries that have different standards and um, policies in place. Some places are very strict and some are very relaxed. So this will separate everything out, even including water, I believe. So it's just an extra safety measure to protect your engine. And this is such a simple way to protect such an expensive investment in your boat. Okay, so this is a really cool little electric screwdriver by DeWalt. So it can be in this formation here, or it can switch and go straight. It also does not have a button that actually rotates the motor. It uses gyroscopic technology, so if you want to turn it and tighten, you can tilt it slightly or more and more and more till it goes faster and then back down. Or if you want to loosen something, it's the same. I used it to change my mom's door handles recently, and it had a surprising amount of torque. This thing was really, really good. It made quick work of everything, and I just really enjoyed using it. I think it's a great little tool. Okay, so I bought a few other tools, and this was actually something that just came with it, but it's also a 20 volt max flashlight, work light. It's really bright. It can be adjusted to any height, so I could use it while I'm working anywhere on the boat to give some extra light. It can also be hung to help with that. So yeah, I'm just really glad this came with a set of tools that I bought. It'll definitely be a great backup light source on the boat. Okay, I also got a DeWalt 20 volt max heat gun. This is really important for if I want to winterize and put plastic on the boat to give myself a living space outdoors. This may be a little too weak to actually do the whole job, but I guess we would find out. The main reason I bought this is to melt the heat shrink connectors on the electrical wire. So I already noticed some wires in the boat that just had electrical tape around them. They were not connected correctly. So I'm going to go through and change all of that out with 12 gauge approved marine wire. Because one of the scariest things for me is having a fire, out at sea, or having a fire when I'm not there. If I run to the grocery store or something and my dog and cat are on the boat. Okay, so this is one of the oscillating tools or vibration tools that does really good precision cuts and has sander attachments and just does so many things. It's such a great universal tool. Almost everybody I've seen that I've watched on YouTube and stuff, at one point or another, someone on their show uses one of these tools to make a repair or an improvement. So I definitely wanted to make sure I had one of these. I also got two 20 volt max DeWalt drills, one with the quick attach chuck and one with the old school bite down teeth. My old DeWalt drill I've had for around 12 years, and the thing like smoked and was like almost catching fire every time I used it. So I figured it was probably time for an upgrade. Okay, I also just got a titanium drill bit set. I used these for the job I used to have, and somehow I always ended up taking my personal drill bits into work, and they would get broken and just used up with the rest of the company's stuff. So I definitely needed a new set of drill bits. Okay, so here are the marine grade connectors that are heat shrink. I also got the T-Con tool that is made to crimp those correctly. And I also just got an Irwin wire stripper. That was a luxury more than a necessity. But like I said, I already know I'm going to be redoing some wiring, so that will just make things go so much smoother and faster. This is a pair of right angle needle nose pliers. I think they're 11 inch. And these will just come in handy in general. But the main purpose for these is going to be for me to try and use to get the water impeller out of the motor. We won't really know till we're there if they're a great fit for that, but they're still just a great tool to have. I've never had a pair of them, and I'm glad to add it to my tool set. Okay, so the adjustable wrenches like this, or adjustable pliers that I had, were just about completely falling apart. They were slipping a ton whenever I would use them, so I got these Craftsman set of two. And again, all these tools that I'm purchasing and stuff, price really went into thinking about these things. I didn't just go out and just buy all the best stuff. So I really was trying to get some of the cheaper tools that were still a quality item. Because I just don't feel like they're going to last super long on a boat because of all the corrosion and salt water. So I didn't want to get really, really high-end stuff. I just kind of got mid-grade, low-price tools. The boat is complete without a set of wire brushes. So this one has 3 different types. One's really stiff, one is medium, and one is softer. These will definitely get used, probably have to be replaced soon. I'm sure I will wear these out in no time. Okay, so these I already had from my motorcycle, but these will go on the boat as well. This is a set of hex sockets, and I have metric and SAE. I also got this screwdriver set and pick set from Craftsman. So it's got 4 different picks, hook, a straight pick, and then 2 different curved ones, as well as an assortment of Phillips head and flathead. It also has Torx bits, 1 square bit, and then some Z tools as well. So all I had was 1 Phillips and 1 flathead. So this is definitely an upgrade. So I also bought a GoPro Hero 7, which is like multiple years ago. It's the model from then. I didn't want to spend a lot. It was $250. And I also got the little tripod attachment. It came with the dive case, this one did. So the main reason I got that is just for underwater footage, or if I want cockpit footage while we're underway. This will be great for filming storms, sailing, and just all kinds of great things. Okay, so this is the set of flippers, mask, and snorkel that I got. It comes in a case and everything to carry it in. I got great reviews on Amazon. Just a really important piece of equipment if you're going to be traveling to the Bahamas and Caribbean. Helps to be able to dive down easier on your anchor and scrape the bottom, as well as it's just going to be such a huge part of my enjoyment. I'm going to be doing so much snorkeling and spearfishing. This is just a necessary piece of equipment to have on a boat. Okay, so I went ahead and ordered my courtesy flag for the Bahamas, just to make sure I have that on the boat, because that's one of the first places that I am hopefully going to travel to. I also got a set of countersink drill bits. If you watch a lot of the other YouTubers, a lot of the better repair people and technicians will use countersink bits to bore out the area around a screw a little bit more to give more space for the butyl tape or sealant to settle into, to create a better watertight fit. I also got this caulk removing tool. It's also a caulk setting tool. So it'll give you perfect lines on your caulk, and it can also really help peel up caulk in a corner and things like that, and just save a ton of time. And if there's anything we know about a boat, it's that you'll be using a lot of caulk and you'll be removing a lot of caulk. So I'm trying to come prepared. Went ahead and ordered my ensign flag for the boat as well, the U.S. ensign flag. Went ahead and got my quarantine flag as well. Lord knows we all need those right now. Here is an extension set that I ordered. I feel like anytime I'm using my personal tool set and I'm working on the motor or something, I always need a bigger extension or an extra extension to add to a series of extensions to reach some bolt I can't get to. And from what I've seen and heard, boats are even worse than cars. you can't ever get to anything, so I thought it would be smart to have some extra extensions. Here is the Milwaukee ratchet that I ordered, ratchet kit. So I really hope this, I watched some reviews of this one and it really had really good torque and things like that, so I think it will work well on the 40 horsepower Yanmar. Here is a tool box that I ordered. I also have two smaller ones that snap into the top of this one, and I think that those 3 toolboxes will be enough to carry every tool that I will have on the boat. They do have rubber O-rings and tongue and groove seals with heavy-duty metal latches, so they should just about be airtight. And I may even try to put humidity control in each of the boxes and replace it regularly to try and keep these tools in good working order. And then this is my checkout currently. I haven't ordered these items yet, but I definitely want a spearfishing Hawaiian sling, as well as line for a hand line. I got gloves and a gaff as well, just because saltwater fish can be pretty rough to bring aboard. So I want to make sure I have the right things, that if I'm going to injure or pull in a fish, I want to make sure I get it all the way in and don't waste its life. So that is it. Okay, so I also am going to order lifeline netting from Sailrite. It's $2.75 a foot, and I think I need around 80 feet. So we're probably looking somewhere around $200, but definitely a necessity to protect my animals and myself. Okay, so I also got Helly Hansen foul weather gear. It's the Skagen model offshore bibs. And they're so cute, and they've got the coolest little features and everything. You can just tell they're so high quality. Okay, and the jacket to go with it, it is also the Skagen Helly Hansen offshore foul weather gear. Super high quality as well. It has a hood that tucks up under, super comfortable, and it kind of looks cute too. I like it. Okay, so I also got my inflatable life vest that doubles as a harness. So this is going to be on at all times if I am above the companionway. If I'm on the deck at all or the cockpit, I will be wearing this, since I will be sailing solo and single-handed all the time. Okay, and lastly, I also got my double tether. So this is just definitely a must-have item. And this is what's going to keep me on the boat and ensure that everything I do is as safe as humanly possible. So how do I look? Do I look really official? I look like I'm on like the Alaskan crab fishing show, I feel like. Okay, everybody, so that is everything for this episode. So I do have some other things I still need to purchase for the boat, but I'm not going to make too many purchases. I just wanted to get the things I knew I would want on any boat that I got. These are things that I knew I would need, and I just wanted to get those now, so I have the free shipping. The Prime comes to my house. I don't have to order them to a marina or anything like that. So that's basically everything that I'm going to purchase, I think, here before going out to the boat. I still need to get a dinghy and an outboard, and then some other safety things. I have to consider getting a life raft as well. But I will have the dinghy on dinghy davits, so I will have quick access to it. But I don't know if that is good enough as a life-saving device. So something to think about for sure. All right, well, that's it for this one. The next video I make will probably be me going to New Bern and doing the survey and sea trial. So I'm super excited. Thanks for watching.